ton of fresh Silent Hill 2 Remake info just dropped, and the game's preview embargo lifted on the 19th, meaning that a handful of gaming media outlets published their first hands-on impressions and a ton of extra insights into Silent Hill 2 Remake. But not only that, Konami and Bloober have kindly graced us with a brand new story trailer and a 30-minute gameplay preview. I'll be taking you through the fog and sharing the trailers, as well as my thoughts and impressions, and I'll be including some interesting bits from the previews as well. So let's jump right into it, shall we?
James? Honey? Did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Are you taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place.
Just put the gun to their head.
You can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
You should see your face, too.
Let go!
I'm sorry, Laura, but I can't let you just run around this place. You might get hurt.
Hurt by what?
This place is different from what I remember. I don't think she's here anymore.
This whole town. Might be best if you just get out of here.
Yeah, you're right.
You said you took everything. But you forgot that videotape we made.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So you are Maria.
I am. If you want me to be.
How do you know about Mary?
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
Doesn't matter who I am. I am here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Did they cook? I think they cooked. Wow. I actually think this might be Bloober's best trailer so far. Come to think of it, I think this is almost a shot-for-shot remake of one of the original Silent Hill 2 E3 trailers from way back in the day. It's just got a great mix of iconic story moments, combat. It just kind of ticks all the right boxes in my opinion. That's what makes it a great trailer. And we also get to hear Akira Yamaoka's new arrangement for Promise. And while I still think I prefer the original, this still sounds pretty great. Now, fun fact in case you didn't know, Akira actually didn't have the money for all the proper instruments and equipment back in the day. These reimagined soundtracks might actually be closer to his true vision for the music than you might think. Well, anyway, let's get into some of the more interesting things in the trailer.
You're always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
So obviously, since this scene is so iconic, it was very crucial for Bloober to get it right. and I think they've done a really good job so far. So after James explores countless of dark maze-like corridors, he reaches this bizarrely bright room, but what's inside is barred away, like a promise of something just out of reach. So in the remake, the color palette and the lighting is very reminiscent of the original, but it almost feels a bit ethereal instead, which I think fits quite well given the story implications. But I think it's worth to note that while the spotlight does accentuate some of her features, the lighting in the original is much harsher. And that was kind of used as a subtle way to disguise Maria's facial features and add a bit of ambiguity as to who she really is. And it kind of made her look unnerving. In a way, both Maria and Mary's personalities shine through here, so the lighting serves as a literal and metaphorical spotlight, while James kind of ponders who she truly is. I'm sure this will remain largely unaffected in Silent Hill 2 Remake, but they might be coming at it from a slightly different angle. Honestly, I think everything looks gorgeous. Maria's more seductive nature, coupled with her kind of sheepish grin, actually makes me really excited to see what else the actors and Bloober have in store for us when it comes to the line deliveries. Anyway, let's move on.
Are you taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here.
So the videotape scene is also incredibly important. It's very clear that Bloober have been paying very close attention to not just how to recreate the atmosphere and lighting, but also kind of expand upon them, making everything feel familiar, but with a nice, fresh coat of paint. I know I sound like a broken record, but I actually love the casting for Mary. She sounds so similar to the original, Monica Taylor Horgan. She has this sort of soft, gentle voice that I think fits the character so well. And these two scenes right after each other kind of help show the contrast and the similarities between Mary and Maria. So Mary, she's a lot more soft-spoken and demure, while Maria is provocative, adventurous, and a bit wild. Maria's voice also has this slightly huskier tone to it, and she sounds a bit more sultry than Mary. Mary and Maria's voices are somewhat similar, but they're not identical, which I think is a really nice touch as well.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now.
You really get a sense of this being a very chilly autumn day. Leaves and papers dancing in the wind. The environment actually looks impressive, and it definitely feels like Silent Hill, with the fog helping separate James from the environment. It's really creepy, and the whole place just feels deserted and somehow detached from reality. Sometimes it almost looks like the wind is sweeping in new clouds of fog, and it makes me wonder if any kind of dynamic weather is going to play into Silent Hill 2 Remake. Oh wow, it's Eddie!
You can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
You should see your face, too.
Eddie actually looks amazing. His eyes have got that gleam of insanity in them. He looks like he hasn't slept in days. He's got stains on his clothes. His speech sounds intentionally a bit unsteady and shaky. The unhinged giggle as well is absolutely perfect. This man does not give a fuck. So this is supposed to take place in the prison, and I'm actually glad they changed the color palette from the original, where it was quite warm and sort of inviting. The prison isn't meant to be very warm and welcoming. And another really cool touch is how you can see the chill in the air when Eddie goes, pow. Almost like his mouth is breathing out the smoke from the gun that he's mimicking. I love that. You can practically see the psycho in him. This is actually a really interesting approach to this scene as well. So mirror being an obvious symbol for self-reflection, which always played a really big part in this scene. And it looks like this time they've kind of readjusted the camera angles to reflect that reflection better, if that makes any sense. So this shot with Mary, I'm not entirely sure, but it might be a flashback or a new story cutscene that we haven't really seen yet, obviously. Unless it's a shot from the ending, which, to be honest, doesn't look that way. Oh, what's this? Heavy rain? A diner sign? This actually kind of reminds me of Silent Hill Downpour. Something interesting to add is that journalists who have had hands-on with Silent Hill 2 Remake have confirmed that yes, you'll be able to enter a lot of the original game's previously inaccessible buildings. So being able to explore the local bar Neely, diners, and bookstores with additional files and puzzles sounds like an absolute treat. And something I think is safe to say that all of us Silent Hill fans have wanted for a very long time. This jukebox shot is actually specifically from Neely's bar, and apparently involves a very Silent Hill coded puzzle, where you have to search your surroundings and look for environmental clues to kind of figure out the puzzle.
Out of here.
That's in the closet when he's hiding from Pyramid Head.
You said you took everything.
This is definitely a Toluca prison, no doubt about it. It looks incredible. I love the dark aesthetic that was very much present in the original as well. This looks like the maze, maybe. I sort of recognize the yellow color and the wallpaper design. Do you notice how the colors in a lot of these shots look a lot more sickly? Sort of gross orange, a very sickly yellow, bugs crawling around, gross, decaying, pus-like colors, emphasizing disease. This is one of the things I'm most excited for with Silent Hill 2 Remake. Seeing how Bloober have actually been able to emphasize some of the game's themes into things like the graphics, the color grading, and the environments. Wow, this shot specifically makes me so hyped.
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
Oh, we actually get a glimpse of the flame scene. So, looking at Angela's face from this angle, the reason some of her features might have looked a bit bloated is because of how the lighting looks sort of flat on her face. I'm not sure if maybe that was a contributing factor, because it kind of looks like she doesn't have much depth to her features. It's still somewhat visible here, I would say. So the previewers have actually come out to say that while they didn't get to see Angela much, what they have seen looks absolutely fine, and supposedly the trailers don't really do it justice. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess, but things are looking pretty promising so far, not gonna lie. Okay, so various outlets like IGN, GameSpot, The Gamer, VGC, and Gaming Bible have revealed a bunch of information through their previews. And there's actually quite a lot to glean from this, so I'm going to summarize them as quickly as I can before we watch the preview footage. It's almost been unanimously agreed on that promo assets we've seen so far don't really do the game any justice, and that Silent Hill 2 Remake has superseded everyone's expectations, even the hardcore Silent Hill 2 fans among the reviewers. The game's locations and story appear to be incredibly faithfully remade, so much so that a few of the journalists are wondering if Bloober are playing it too safe. There's a mention of layout changes in the Woodside and Blue Creek apartments, which will challenge players who are familiar with the original game. Graphically, Silent Hill 2 Remake has wowed critics across the board, it seems. A lot of attention and care has been paid to details, with heaps of grime and grotesquerie. The media were supposedly given hands-on through PS5, which is unsurprising as it's a common practice to do this in the industry, and companies tend to use consoles rather than PC for previews. Generally speaking, just from experience, the PlayStation 5 is also probably set to graphics mode as well, so I think we should definitely put any kind of performance-related issues to the back of our minds for now. Many of the outlets have commented on the highly immersive sound design which has been implemented into Silent Hill 2 Remake. Supposedly it really places you right there in the environment, and that aside from the occasional distant groans and whispers, you really get a sense of being alone. Bloober are absolutely no strangers to creating creepy, unsettling atmospheres, and media have made it very clear so far that this still very much feels like Silent Hill 2, with an oppressive, very tense ambiance. There's a deep understanding of how quiet moments can create intense feelings of dread, which is a very promising sign. The voice acting has been met with some mixed reception, where some feel it sounds almost a bit too campy at times. I actually think this is really funny. I gotta inject my own opinion here for a sec. I'm not sure how much campier it can get than the theatrical original casting, but that's what added to the game's unsettling nature and its charm in the original. Supplies are apparently very scarce, so you definitely have that very tense feeling of worrying about whether you're going to have enough to survive. But there's also plenty of new exploration to be had in Silent Hill, including being able to enter buildings that were closed off in the original game. So supposedly combat is a bit janky, no surprises there. It is Silent Hill we're talking about after all. But media have described it as feeling very fitting to the game, and that it's clearly taken a backseat to other gameplay elements as it's meant to. Enemies have new and improved artificial intelligence, so they can counterattack you, they can actually move around, cut you off and catch you off guard, and even scare you. Old familiar puzzles make a return. Sometimes they're reimagined, but there's also plenty of new puzzles to dive headfirst into. The puzzles have actually also been described as fun, clever, and interesting to solve, so nothing you'll want to brute force. The white sheets and cloth are a very subtle way to help guide the player to their next main goal, and they've been described as very non-intrusive, but still helpful, compared to the usual yellow paint. Just like the original, you can adjust combat and puzzle difficulty separately. There's a fair amount of settings that will help you control your immersion levels, as well as pages worth of accessibility settings. Additionally, Silent Hill 2 Remake will have an unlockable filter, which emulates the original game's color palette and lighting. So I think that about sums it up. I'm sure there's more details to find here and there. The preview footage should give us some additional interesting insights, so let's dive right into that. I actually haven't watched this footage myself, so all my reactions will be very impromptu without too much thought put into them beforehand. Alright, let's dive right in. Who's flushing the toilet? Oh. It's the opening scenes? Oh. Yes! Yes! This looks so much better than previous iterations they've shown of this scene. They've adjusted his hair color, the shadows under his eyes. He looks... oh, this... this looks amazing.
Mary. Could you really be in this town?
Did you also see that Bible verse on the wall? Just like the original? The one that references God and Job? Welcome to Silent Hill? I think they might have removed that Brahms sign because it was inaccurate or something. I remember that was a big discussion. I think they might have removed it. Oh, this looks amazing.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
Oh, they added mandolin to the soundtrack. That's beautiful. I love it.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Yeah, you can see the frame rate looks a bit rough there. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I have to point this out, but apparently they had a much faster paced intro of this game initially, and they actually went back and redid it to be a lot more similar to the originals. This has been confirmed in dev interviews. Right, so we got the map. Toluca Lake. Don't do it, James! Turn around and leave. It's not too late. Very, very similar to the original. I actually love... If you listen, you can hear the wind whistling. Like every little twig and the clay crunching under his boots. Love that. Very, very immersive. That's a big, big deal. Audio is a big deal for me in games. Alright. He's going for a jog. His running animation still looks a bit jank, but I mean, I guess most people look quite silly when they run. No surprise there. Okay. Alright, have a stamina drink, James. Ah. Oh. Looking around it makes me feel like... Looking at it makes me feel like someone's groping around in my skull. So, I don't know, you guys probably noticed the interaction prompt there. I think you can turn those off. So you don't have to have those little markers, I believe. You know, I'll probably turn them off as well. The fog looks really, really cool. Okay. You take that map, James. Oh! Oh! Our first monster. There's your wife, James! Go get her! Oh, this gives me the chills.
What's that?
Look at the body. It looks like James, doesn't it? Leave this place. Those little clues that his predecessors left behind. Oh, shit! I love those things when they crawl around. It looks so goofy. James? Yeah. To your left, buddy. Ooh, yes. So all the sounds, not just the soundtracks, but also like all the sort of audio effects have been recreated by Akira Yamaoka, who now has a substantially better budget. So much better tools to also, you know, reimagine all these sounds and all the scraping and grinding. Oh, is this Neely's bar? Coin. That's all we get to see. Off to the next place. God, I'm loving this. It's gonna be so amazing. I mean, I'm sure we have to temper our expectations a little bit. Not every building is gonna be explorable. But just, you know, adding a few places like the bookstore, Neely's bar, the sort of car place. Oh, supplements. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. And then all the additional little bits of lore you'll be able to find. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. I love something. Oh, hey. Open 9 to 5. 8 to 5. James? Yeah. Yeah. See, so there's a dodge. Oh, disgusting. Oh, ew. Yeah, I mean, the combat looks pretty jank. But I think it fits perfectly into the sort of the nature of this game. It's been enhanced and upgraded to fit the game, the new gameplay as much as it needs to be. But, you know, at heart, I think it'll always still feel jank, and that was the intention. Nice. Wow, this is quite a big area. What's that? Nice. Gotta fix a vinyl record? Play some fucking Led Zeppelin? Don't know what kind of music James would be into. Janitor came in the other day. Was in tears. Oh, we missed the lore! Can pause, I guess. James, you need to heal. Okay, thank you. I was about to say, my dude. Yeah, so stuff like that, the red on-screen effect, I think it can all be turned off. Look! That iconic sign. Wakes into nightmares. And the sheets that are supposed to lead you to places, it's a more subtle version of the yellow paint. Here's Neely's bar. Here's Neely's bar. There was a hole here. But it's a gone now. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. There's the other... Oh, no. Oh, God damn it, James. You fix that record right now. Is it gonna play Coconut? I just played Alan Wake 2, so I'm very much in that mindset. Okay. You gonna tape that? I don't think this puzzle is quite that simple. Combine? Right, yeah. Oh. He fixed it, and the menu sounds, you guys, they're divine. I actually love them. Oh, okay, yeah. There's more to it than that. Okay. That was just the beginning of the puzzle. Alright, I guess that's it for Bar Neely's. Oh. Who turned the fog on? America! this the Woodside Apartments? Yes, it is. Oh. So apparently the layout of this place has been changed quite a bit. Yeah, as you can see, it seems like the lobby and some other areas have been redesigned a bit to kind of look more like an apartment complex. Oh, this is where you get the flashlight. Oh, look at that. You could see through his ear. I love that little detail. Oh! Oh, James, you fell for it, bro. Crispy. Oh, the dodge! Ah. I mean, I think it works that the combat feels clunky, right? Because this is James Sunderland. He's a civilian. I mean, he's had no experience prior to this. You know, you're playing as everyday people in Silent Hill, so it just makes even more sense for combat to be this way. I think it's fine, you guys. And also, Bloober, I don't think they've actually ever done combat in any of their other games, so this is their first time. You gotta give him props. I think this is gonna be great. I'm so excited. Okay. Courtyard? That's with the pool and the baby pram. Man, I wonder what rent would cost in a place like this. Having a pool in your apartment complex? Ew. Okay. Okay. Kind of Last of Us. Oh, yeah, you see? Yeah, it's... I can definitely see that being maybe a bit immersion breaking, but it's definitely a lot more subtle than the yellow paint at least, so... Oh. He's scared. He's scared. The key. Dude, use your weapon. I always found that so...
Hey! Wait!
You could have used this plank, you know? Oh well. Goddamn kids. Okay. Oh. That's an interesting door. What? That's a pretty dress James can wear. Very cool. Golden apple? Yeah, we definitely got some new fresh puzzles in here. And it looks like everything's kind of gonna be in tone with Silent Hill 2, as I mentioned earlier. 217. Shopping cart. That's where the gun is. Hear that in the distance. The audio is pretty cool. All right. Got the handgun. Got some bullets. And then I started blasting off. That is actually very similar sounding to that original sound. It's like a baby, but distorted. I recognize it. And this is, I guess, where you move the clock. Yeah. Oh, God. This looks so cool. Oh, nice. That's actually a really nice touch. Adding the sheet over him, it adds a lot more suspense because we know what's underneath there. But I think to new Silent Hill 2 players, yeah, it's a nice touch. Oh, look, it's the baby Pram. Okay. Shooting feels very sort of RE2 remake, RE4 remake-esque. It's fine. The handgun sound is maybe a bit weak. I don't know if it has a silencer attached or something, but it's fine. Is that like save room music? Oh. Oh. Getting flashbacks. An apartment I used to live in had like an indentation like that in the front door. Someone had apparently tried to break in with an axe at some point prior to me living there. Oh! Nice dodge, James. Oh. Okay. Temple? Okay. That's new. Baby crib? Ew! The little shit. They look really sort of shiny and glistening as well, like in the original. That's nice. Alright. A lot of this looks very new. God, I mean, if they've changed the Woodside and Blue Creek apartments this much, but it still very much feels like the same area, it kind of makes me wonder what they've done with the hospital and other... Oh, I'm so excited. There's gonna be two kinds of people watching this video. Those who absolutely agree with me and those who fucking hate every word I'm saying. Okay. Very nice. Get some new tracks. Oh, I am loving this. Is this some kind of otherworld area of the apartments, maybe? I didn't even think about that. So, in the original Silent Hill 2, there is actually not a otherworld area of the apartments. It all happens in the regular world, or the fog world. I mean, that's huge. Huge if true. Oh, oh no. Oh no, James! Whoa. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on, dude. He goes... Oh. Oh. That actually made me a bit nauseous. Wait, are you gonna wash your hand? No? Imagine if he goes through the rest of the game with his hand just completely brown like that. Oh, what's this? Look at all the moths. Who let the moths out? Okay, moths kind of terrify me a little. They're beautiful, but also they creep me out. Is this the moth room that reimagined? I think a few of the media outlets might have mentioned that the moth room has been changed up. Oh yeah, this is otherworld coded. Okay. Oh. Wait. Sorry. What is that? This is new. This is 100% new. That sort of bulge in the back of his neck. I actually can't tell if that's kind of like a pustule or a tumor, or if it's meant to be some kind of sac, like a fleshy sac that he has underneath, the way executioners might have them. But either way, just a reminder, this is actually Ito's... Bloober haven't had any sort of major say in the design of these. So this is how Ito must have reimagined Pyramid Head. Oh. Oh. God. Okay, this looks very different. Okay. Yep, healing up using that ampoule. Breakable objects and... Okay, that looks a bit... That looks a bit... I like the, I don't mind the redesign of the room per se, but his animations are almost a bit like... It looks like there's not much weight to his animations. I don't know if it's just me. Like, to his greatsword. Okay. Anyway, it's fine. So, this fight in the original game is literally just... You're in a very small room, completely empty. Fighting off Pyramid Head. But I always kind of liked that, because that was the intention. That was the intention. It's very... It has a very deliberate design, that fight. And I really hope... Let's see, is the staircase still there? Please tell me it's there, because... Oh... Oh... Okay, I don't know what's behind that door, but... Alright. Okay, that's all we get to see. I always really loved in the original how he would go down a set of stairs as the water drained. It's very symbolic because of something else that happens later on in the game involving water and stairs again. I actually need to sit down and do like a proper in-depth Silent Hill 2 analysis video before the remake comes out. But yeah, I don't know. This is one of the only things I'm iffy on so far. I don't know how I feel about the redesign of this fight just because of how this ending plays out. But it's too early to say. Might not work out that way. There might be a set of stairs behind the door. But I think this is going to be it for today, guys. So we've done a lot in this video. We've covered the trailer, the entire preview section, which was actually amazing, aside from that very last part, which I'm, again, not sure about. But I'm super excited for October 8th, or, well, October 6th is when I'll be playing it, hopefully. And I can't wait for more info and just... I'm dying to play this. I need to see how Silent Hill 2 Remake plays out. We also covered all the preview details, or most of them anyway, and they look quite promising so far. A lot of the journals, a lot of the outlets are very excited for this game, and it has exceeded their expectations. So I'm super excited. Can't wait for Silent Hill 2 Remake. And yeah, if you want more news, info, and of course in-depth stuff once the game comes out, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Alright, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.